Oh, sorry about that. I was just catching up on a little light reading. Actually, I wasn't. I don't like to read. I have always wanted to read, but every time I try to read a book, my mind wanders. It takes me probably 3 times as long to read an actual book as most people do, because as I'm skimming down the page, my mind just thinks about other things, and it just takes me so long. And so I have always hated reading. And it sucks because I have always wanted to read. I've always thought about those people that are like, they watch a movie and they're like, the book was better. Never been that person. Never in a million years have I ever been that person. And it sucks sometimes because there's so much that I feel like I'm missing out on. And if a book ever does become a movie, I'm good. But on the off chance it never does, I'm gonna miss out. I wasn't dumb, but I felt like I was behind. I felt like the world was made for people that could just take in all the written word, and that just wasn't for me. And it sucks when you get to that point. I mean, when someone would send me an article even, I would flick on my phone to see how far I would have to scroll down to get to the end of the page. And if it was more than 2 flicks, no way, I wasn't reading it. And it sucks when you get to that point because there's so much information that's out there that isn't readily available for people that can't just sit down and grasp it by reading it. Now, we've come a long way. Audiobooks are cheaper than ever. You can get on your even local library and get books for free through audiobooks. There's so much that you can do from it. And what's crazy is my son loves books, and it feels like I gave all my desires to him. Like, I've always wanted to read more, and he reads so much, and he reads so fast, and he's able to retain so much. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the things that he's gonna be able to do with his life because of that. So I was talking to a friend of mine about 4 years ago, and he told me that at night, instead of just flicking through his phone, he started reading. He started picking up books and he started reading. Just 30 minutes, just taking that time. Instead of looking at his phone, he would actually read. And I thought about it and I was like, I wonder if I could do the same thing. But instead of reading books, I was gonna listen to audiobooks. And so I did. I set 30 minutes aside at the very end of my evening. Instead of grabbing my phone, I guess I did grab my phone. But instead of grabbing my phone to get on TikTok, I actually read a book. I started listening to a book. And what I found was I could do it and start taking notes down at the same time. I could do it and clean. I could walk. I could get other things done at the same time as listening to the book. And it really did unlock a big potential. I found myself then graduating to the next level of wanting to listen to the books when I went to the store. When my wife would need something, I was the first one. I'll get it. You need limes? I'll go to the store right now and get it. Boom. Book in my ear, going to the store. I'd go to the store 4 or 5 times a day just so I could listen to books. And I started to burn through books really quickly. And it even went up to the point where I was listening to books while I was working out. And what was maybe 1 book every 3 weeks started turning into 1 book every 3 or 4 days. And I started to listen to quite a few books. And this is as of recent. I, up until like 3 years ago, probably read 2 books my entire life. But in the last 3 years, I've probably read close to 65 books. And it is so much more enjoyable, and I feel so much better about the things that I'm learning and the things that I'm doing because of this. Here's something. What's one thing that you've wanted to do, but you just haven't been able to get yourself going because you thought the way that you had to get it done, it just wasn't for you? I hate to break it to you, but you may not be the broken thing in there. Maybe you're just looking at it through the wrong lens. And that's the thing. If you hate journaling, start taking voice notes. If you hate going to the gym, maybe just go for a walk. Maybe just do a walk around the block at night. Hate reading? Audiobooks. If audiobooks aren't working for you, maybe there's something else in your life that's stopping you from getting to that point. The thing is that there isn't only one way about going about things. And you have to be able to get away from yourself and get out of your own way and just be thinking at it a little bit differently. Look at these things through a different angle. And I guarantee you, if you do, you're probably gonna find that it unlocks so much more potential in your life. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, the goal isn't to suffer more. The goal is to grow more. Give yourself permission to stop doing things maybe the way that other people do them. Stop trying to force something in that just doesn't fit for you. You've got to be able to look at what works well for you and adapt that to it. Just because one way isn't working for you doesn't mean that if you try a different way, you'll find the same benefits. And I guarantee you, if you do, you will come out the other side a much better person. Just try it. Give it a try this week. See what happens. See what you can get started that maybe you haven't been able to get started for a very long time. I'm excited for you. Remember, elevating yourself to the next level, it starts with a single step. And maybe that step is different this time, but it starts with a single step. Take your step today. We'll see you next time.